We're podcasting.
We're podcasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you thought we were about to do when I put the camera down?
You know where my mind was at.
Good boy, yourself. You got on the bed happy,
I
dude.
was like, okay, got the light, got the camera, the tripod. Yeah, I got a little excited.
I kind of
But
want,
okay.
we've been talking about podcasting for a while, so I wanted to just, finally set it up for us and actually just
Do it.
wing it,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
But-
We always want to get in bed, so we're just gonna get in bed and do it.
Just get in bed and do it.
All right, cool.
I brought the podcast to you, baby.
All right, I see that. Let me get comfortable.
But here's a subject that I think we could talk about.
Okay.
This is what was very interesting to me, and I wanted to bring it up with you.
Okay.
Would you delete your social media for a healthy relationship? And the next question is, how about for your healthy relationship with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, folks, welcome to Man of Faith and Podcast and When the Kids Go to Bed podcast.
Don't put a spin on it, a little bit of both.
I'm here with my lovely wife, Sugar Lips, a.k.a. Desi, a.k.a. I could have so many names, but I won't say it all. And, of course, you are with your one and only Bang. But, yes, I wanted to talk about this because I found that it was so interesting to me. I kind of want to read the comments. I won't say the names of the certain people that commented, but
Yeah.
here's one. For me, I think it is gonna depend on what you use social media for, which I kind of get because certain people use it for marketing reasons. Certain people use it for keeping up with family and so many more things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always gonna go back and think and say that there was always a time where social media wasn't around. How did all of that transpire? What did you do?
Talk on the phone.
Talk on the phone. That's one.
Yeah.
When you marketed your job or whatever, it was word of mouth. And
Yeah.
in some way, somehow, you got more clients that way than you would if you were to do social media. Because
Yeah.
nowadays, when you post certain things on social media, people just kind of brush it off or, like, look at me and my merch,
Yeah.
people really just, it's such a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And-
keep on scrolling.
Right. Whereas back in the day, if social media wasn't around, I'd probably hustle 10 times harder than what I'm doing through marketing. I'd be all in people's face like, check it out my merch, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But anyway, it could go so many ways with that one. But another person said, if the relationship was serious, yes, she would delete her social media. Now, what would make you want to delete your social media? I mean, I get that, but what would make you want to delete your social media just because your relationship is serious?
Yeah.
Like, did he tell you to delete it? Like, are you gonna tell him to delete it? Because we're in a serious relationship now. But I mean, I feel like that could be more elaborate, but I get that to a certain sense, certain extent.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, another one is if it's a healthy relationship, social media won't matter.
I agree with that.
Social media matters in terms of the relationship you have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Can you disconnect when you need to? This is one of our friends that we always could relate to, and of course, he's gonna be like, "Damn, she's right."
Yeah.
Because
I really do feel like that's a huge thing. Like if you, let me see what she said again.
I'll read it there for you. If it's a healthy relationship, social media won't matter. Social media matters in terms of the relationship you have with yourself. Can you disconnect when you need to?
Yeah, so if you can't disconnect and if you don't have a good relationship within yourself, then you're not going to have a good relationship with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go to social media for the wrong reasons. They go to compare themselves to other people, to,
Mm-hmm.
almost like keeping up with the Joneses type of thing, like to keep up with what people are doing and keep up with what other people got going on, and then measure their lives and their success to that. And
Oh.
ultimately, like, that could mess with your mental health if you're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, well, all these people got this going on and they got so much money and I don't, and I got this going on and they're at a higher level or a higher status than I am, like, that could really, you may not notice it, but that could really do some damage.
Yep. And that's crazy because I kind of touched on that on certain comments that I responded back to. You're right. Very true.
Yeah.
So I responded to her saying, very true. I, for one, can attest to the fact that if you have a healthy relationship, social media shouldn't matter. I believe if you don't have a strong mental state, learning to disconnect should be a priority. But that may not be only just social media. It should be other things it could be other things that's distracting you from learning to have a better relationship with yourself. It won't be just always social media. Social media is
Yeah.
just might be just an added
Hmm.
factor.
It's just a distraction,
Yeah.
another distraction, because just like you mentioned before social media, people still had mental health issues. People still
Hmm.
had distractions.
Yeah.
Like, it was just other things.
Yeah.
Now we just
It's
have.
probably more hidden now to whereas social media, people get on there just to put a meme up just to talk about what they're feeling at this certain moment.
Yeah.
You know. Here's another one. I wouldn't. She said, I would need more context. Why does social media determine the health of my relationship? What is the reasoning for deleting it? Well, the context came from the question itself.
Mhm.
I felt like it kind of said a lot, but
Yeah.
I get you want more than what I'm putting out. So I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I said, from what I've seen, hear, and experienced from others, when it comes to social media, and if it's used carelessly, it can affect a relationship with someone else, as in a spouse, family, or friendship. And one big reason that I feel like it can affect somebody is through mental health, which you were saying earlier. Being affected by not getting the type of response from a post that they thought they would get, looking for validation, which eventually leads to them being damaged through depression.
Mhm.
Now,
Yep.
um, DJ Envy said something earlier, and he said certain people are mean. So you will
Me.
mean, like
Okay.
mean to others.
Come.
They will post something, and the person might just say somebody might just comment and say, "Why don't you just go ahead and die?" Now, let's say that person took that to heart and actually killed themselves,
And many people do.
which is many people, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I was trying to express when I said it can affect people in a very depressing way.
Mhm.
You know?
Like, in ways that they don't even realize. Like, and there's been studies shown that since social media, that depression and suicide rates have gone up,
Has definitely gone up.
especially in young kids.
Mhm.
Young kids that like Aiden's age, like Elias's age, that
Mhm.
have social media and may deal with cyberbullies or a lot of the things that we're talking about,
Right.
and they don't have that, like, mentally they're not mature enough to separate the two.
Yeah, they
You
don't
know
have
what I
the they
mean?
don't have the mental capacity to handle all of that.
Yeah. And so they let a lot of things get to them,
Mm-hmm.
and it affects them in very negative ways. And so there's a lot of kids who are committing suicide, a lot of kids who deal with issues internally, and a lot of parents aren't going to realize, but it takes you really knowing your kids and knowing what they do, and being open and available for them to talk to
Available
you.
for talking to them, being
Yes.
not just a parent, because yes, there's a limit to just being a friend to your kids,
Mhm.
but sometimes they need that 5 to 10% of friendship from you, where you have a listening ear.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it, this is my first time reading her comment. She commented after what I said, and she said,
Okay.
"I feel as though the only way social media can affect a relationship is when there is a lack within. I strongly believe that too. If you lack a certain mental, like what I just said earlier, mental capacity,
Mhm.
you know, it can affect you in your relationship, as in trust issues.
Mhm.
You know, lack of respect for self, the relationship, lack of boundaries, etc. And that's in on either side of the relationship. Someone could be respecting boundaries, but their partner is insecure. If that's the case, the insecure partner would make an unhealthy environment for the other, etc., etc. I'm not going to have so. I'm not going to have social. Oh wait, I'm not going to not have socials because my partner is uncomfortable. As long as I know I am not jeopardizing my relationship in any way. Now, that goes into having a healthy relationship, and I kind of
Mhm.
strongly believe that too, because
Yeah.
if both of you are not doing anything to jeopardize a relationship, then why are you telling me to not have a social life?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, I think that, like, it doesn't have to be taken so negatively. Like, taking a break or not being on social media could actually be a good thing.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
People like actually could take a break from scrolling. Like when I took that break for almost 3 years, that was honestly probably the best thing I could have done for myself.
hell for our relationship, because at some point I took a break too. Maybe not
Yeah.
as long as you, but it made us focus more on each other.
Mhm. And it's not like we did it for because of whatever reason. Like we
We
just
actually did
knew.
it just out the blue. It was not because
Yeah.
something was going down at the moment.
Yeah. Just made a choice. Like I think I was getting a new phone. This is what brought it on. Like I was getting a new phone and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break. I'm not gonna get social media. I'm not gonna download social media
Hmm.
on this new phone. And I didn't for so long, and I honestly like almost forgot about it.
Yeah,
Like people would like bring it up, "Oh, do you have this and that, or follow me on here?" And I'm like, no, I don't have it. And I feel like it put me in a better position now because yeah, well, I have, Facebook, Instagram. Okay, I have all of that. I can get off of it. You know what I
hmm,
mean? I don't just sit there. Like people can really, and I used to be that person, could sit there and scroll for hours,
yeah.
and then next thing
I
you
found
know, so
myself
much
doing
time.
that probably. I can't remember when. It was probably a while ago. But I was off from work and I was just sitting on the bed. Yeah, I didn't have nothing to do, but I thought about this after I got done scrolling. But I could have. There's so many things I could have been doing, like picking up my business with the ideas that I had, and putting,
Hmm.
doing stuff, um, like writing stuff down and whatever. But I sat there for like a couple of hours, dude, and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, the day's over. My wife is about to get off work."
And like it doesn't feel good
I'm like,
when
"Oh."
you just like you feel lazy. It's like, dang.
I felt like nothing that day.
Hmm.
I was like, I felt like trash.
I'm sure.
But yeah, yeah. Anyway, here's another one. Here's the last comment. For my for myself, I like this boy. Oh, this guy, he's pretty cool. For myself, I delete apps when I want less easy distraction in my free moments. We used to do that. I
Mm.
used to do that. Delete my Facebook app, delete my Instagram app,
Mhm.
just because I didn't want to go back through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As for a relationship with anyone else, I feel like if you need to delete social media to have a healthy relationship, that shit already. Sorry, didn't mean to curse, but it ain't healthy, and this won't fix those problems in the long run, in the long term. I commented by saying that's a very good point because I thought about that earlier. If I had to delete my social media because of my relationship, either because of what I'm doing is wrong or what the other person is doing is wrong, then the relationship is already unhealthy to begin with, which
Mhm.
which then brings about trust issues, which I
Yeah.
said earlier.
Mhm.
So I
So
don't
it's
know.
like if you want to do good and you want to have a good relationship, you're not going to do the things that are going to jeopardize your relationship anyway.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like versus if you're already doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, now you're having to hide. Now you're deleting. Now you
mhm.
and that kind of makes me so happy that I'm so honest with you because I show you everything, even when somebody slide in my DMs. I love it because we laugh about it or we talk about it or
Yep.
whatever, because it's fun. I'm like, she could be the baddest chick. We just say she's bad together. I don't care. Like,
Yep.
but yeah, I thought this was a great subject to talk about, and
Yeah, that was.
caught you off guard. You thought we were gonna make videos for something else, but
I really did. Wow. I see where my mind was at.
poor baby. I edit that. Poor baby.
Oh, poor baby. He's down for the ride.
Hmm. But yeah, I felt like it was a great subject to talk about, and I'm glad
Yeah.
I thought of the idea split. It was like split second. Like, I want to talk to her about that. Now, mm, I haven't even loaded up the last podcast that we did together.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna load that up, even though we did this one. I don't care if it's bad in bad order, but we talked about some good things on there, Paul. On that last episode that we recorded on the patio.
Yeah, we did. I feel like we have a couple episodes actually. Like we might have one with Allie. We might
Well,
have
that was just a recording.
oh, and not like actual video. I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah, that could be on Spotify. I'll just load that up as an audio clipper. But talked about some great things with Allie on there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah. You have anything else you want to say?
Um.
You have a question for me? Or I have questions? I might have a question for you.
You ask me a question if you
Okay.
got one, because I don't have anything, but I might feed off of you depending on what you ask.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about a lot of our heartaches and stuff that we've been going through for the past couple of months when it comes to personal lives and financial stuff, but based off things that we've been going through, do you think that disconnecting from social media would help us get back on our feet when it comes to that stuff? Or, like, would you be able, is there a way to correlate that and our personal life? Or do you think social media is affecting us in any way?
Um. Hmm. That's tough because I feel like a lot of things that we may go to social media for, um, it's not just to scroll or you know what I mean. Like I utilize TikTok for so many things. I actually look things up on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
um, but and Facebook too. Like I'm always looking at jobs and certain
Connecting with
groups. Yeah.
people on there just to,
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it could be. I think maybe time restrictions could definitely be put on it. Like,
Yeah.
like during the day, between certain times we're on it. We don't get on it the first hour of the day. You're not on it the last hour of the day, like before we go to bed. Like
Yeah,
I
I can
think,
see that.
I think things like that is a good habit to create. I
Okay.
think that would be good. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be taken away completely. Um,
Time restrictions.
yeah, for sure, time restrictions, and then let's reassess, and then we'll see if we feel like okay, like yeah, we're not sticking to our plan, or maybe we need to take another step back. Then we can say, okay, well, let's just delete it, and then we'll do a fast or take some time off, and
Now here's another question.
okay.
At night, there are times we're laying out in the bed, and even if we're not watching something or we get ready to watch something,
Mhm.
instead of being on our phones, you feel like time restrictions could be implemented in on that part, and and we substitute it for something else. And I'm sure you could think of.
I feel like you were about to say it. Were
Go
you
ahead.
about
What
to?
do you think? What? Go ahead and tell me.
I like the first thing, of course, that I thought of was reading the Bible.
That's what I was thinking.
Listen, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured. um, we are really bad with that. But at the same time, like even listening to it, like we would do really good, and then we kind of fall off a little bit. So I think that if we take out that extra distraction, we'll be able to kind of focus more on what we need to focus on.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. What if you mean on the camera?
It actually might. We need to check that when we get that.
Yeah. This was good. This was good. I love it.
This was good. See, this is what I can do. We could do this more often.
Pillow talking.
Yeah.
The pillow
it's
talk
like-
after the kids go to bed.
I do hate that it's called that.
Why? Because she's not in it.
Why? Not just because she's not in it, but why is it when the kids go to bed? Why does it have to be that? Why can't we? Why can't we hear? Why can't we
Alright.
know what it's about? I'm like,
Well, we
why
just-
when y'all go to
I
bed?
mean, I could change. We could change it to like pillow talking, but I like when the kids go to bed because the kids are in bed right now. It's like
Exactly. And I feel like there is a podcast called Pillow Talk. Like everybody,
Yeah.
once COVID started, I mean, people were already on podcasts, but I feel like people being home and not being able to do much is really when the podcasts really started, and when people started diving into like their small businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, this was Man of Faith / When the Kids Go to Bed. I love this episode, but
Oh, this was a good episode.
hope you guys enjoyed. Good night from Sugar Lips and Bang.
Good night.